1001 overview. So welcome to English Comp, English 1001. This is going to be a great ride. I really love teaching this class. I spent all of last semester just teaching prep composition, and now this semester I have not only this online section of English 1001, but also an in-person section. I really enjoy working with students who are a little bit more proficient writers. They've learned a bit. So it's always exciting to do that. So let's get to the information here. As I've said before, probably in a previous video that I have recorded, the modules, the weekly modules, more or less look the same. We have headers that help you to direct and understand what kind of materials I have available for you for the week. We start out with information. I usually have a paragraph that introduces what we're working on during the week, as well as the weekly objectives. And then there's a reading section, and the readings I have divided between skills and content. The skills, quote unquote skills, will be anything that is related to the nitty-gritty details of the course, or grammar, any kind of writing associated skills that we will need to develop throughout the course of the semester. And then there's the content, and the content is the articles, mostly the articles pulled from Pursuing Happiness, that textbook that you will see the cover of when you watch the syllabus video, or some things online that I have pulled in that are related to those readings. And then there's also a watch section, and that's where I post all of the videos that you need to watch for the week. This week is really video intense. I apologize for that, but the first week is really walking students through how we do things in this course, as well as making sure everybody understands what's required of them throughout the semester. So a detailed syllabus overview is there, making sure you understand the nuts and bolts of my grading contract, as well as this video that you're watching right now. I also have another video. That one's a lot shorter than the ones that I record. And I'll talk about that in a moment. And then at the bottom, we have the week's assignments. I know it looks like a lot, but these are pretty quick and easy things to do, except for the reading questions. That'll take a little bit more sustained effort. So we'll talk about those in a moment. So the objectives this week is to create a community. This is an online classroom, and I want you to be comfortable interacting with each other. We will be doing some peer exercises further on into the semester, so it's good to introduce ourselves and get to know one another on some level. You'll also acknowledge an understanding of the course requirement as outlined in the syllabus. That means having gone through the syllabus, reading either the document handout or the syllabus that's online, as well as going through that syllabus video. You'll be using the various features of Canvas to become familiar with submission guidelines. I know a lot of you in this course are CCP students. That might mean that this is the very first college class that you've ever taken. And if that's the case, learning how to use Canvas can be, there's a little bit of a learning curve. So if you need any help as far as how to do things, you can find that help in the student resources module. There is a link to the Canvas tutorials. And if you still can't find that information, you can always drop me a line, and I'm happy to lend you a hand. You will also apply active and critical reading strategies to text. You will annotate a text to improve understanding. You're not required to do that, but it's highly suggested, and you'll understand the key elements of academic writing. So let's take a look at the readings. Of course, we want you to read through the course syllabus. I know it's a lengthy document. It's time intensive. There's a lot of stuff in there that might not apply to us, but I'm still required to put it in there because that's how we do syllabus, right? But I do want to call your attention to my grading contract and the syllabus agreement that is related to the first assignment that you will be required to do this week. And that is just making sure that you understand the grading contract. You should also watch the video. It's linked down below so that you totally understand the contract. You've read through the syllabus and you just sign it. And we'll talk about that in a moment. And then there is a handout from Ret Lab on academic reading strategies. It just will help you to get a little bit more out of your reading. The content reading for this week, they're all fairly short. I know it's a lot of stuff for the first week, but I really needed to get all this stuff so we can hit the ground running. So we have a handout from Voltaire. That is The Good Brahmin. That PDF is just a 2-page PDF, real quick reading. It's not super, it's not hard to understand at all. And then this PDF from Aristotle's Nicomachean Ethics. This is just selections from book 1, chapters 5 and 7. And I will open that up for you so that you can see it. There's a blurb here at the top that gives you a little bit of information on who Aristotle was, as well as the reading here. And fortunately, there are also notes here at the bottom to help you understand some of the vocabulary and some of the thinking here. If I can locate it, there's a good lecture on what Aristotle is trying to get at, or I might add it next week as we read a little bit more, because week 1 and week 2, the readings are kind of related. But I wanted you to have a grounding of Aristotle's approach to happiness. And we'll have an opportunity to either watch somebody else's lecture or watch my own lecture on Aristotle. So you see, it's a pretty short reading, and you have the notes there at the bottom. I am losing my voice. Too many videos over the course of a couple of days. And then we have an article called A Better Kind of Happiness. And this is kind of related to the Aristotle piece, but this is several more pages. And I'm just going to open it up so we can take a look at it. If it ever loads, here we go. Yeah, this is just a couple of pages too. This is written by Will Storr, and it's 3 pages. And then there's some questions down at the bottom. You don't have to do these questions. I pulled a couple of them to put into the weekly reading questions, but if you want to think about the different questions, you're more than welcome to think about them. Again, I don't know why that keeps opening up to my save page. And then we have this Oxford Happiness Questionnaire. I encourage you to read through the questionnaire and answer it and try to score it. There is an explanation of scoring. It's not a requirement. This is something I'll be doing in my in-person classes when we're meeting face-to-face. As a learning activity. So I wanted to provide this to you as an opportunity to just kind of see where you sit on in the happiness questionnaire. Okay. And that's from one of the readings that was in Pursuing Happiness as well. So there's 4 shortish readings. The longest one is Storr. So this week, again, as I said, I apologize for such lengthy videos. I really tried to get them as condensed as I can. The good thing is the syllabus overview, I have put the chapter headings in, so you can kind of skip over some information. You can also increase the speed of the video. You can watch it on 1.5 or double speed if you want to. You want to have me sound like a chipmunk, you're more than welcome to, but these will help you to understand the things. Now, they're not required. Again, you're not going to be tested on this information except for the contract grading, But if you prefer to watch a video rather than try to wade through the syllabus overview, go for it, right? The course overview is a little bit lengthier just because it's explaining how the course is set up and that kind of thing. But again, you could just go and read that information if you wanted to. And then here is the week 1 overview. And then I have one outside video. This is not done by me. At least I don't, no, it's not done by me. And that video is annotating an article from one of the university libraries, Grand Valley State University Library. And that's a short but sweet explanation of how annotating can help you get more out of your reading. So I encourage you to annotate. And annotate is, underlining, circling, starring, making notes in the margins. I really want you to start engaging with the material that you're reading and taking notes on it so that you can get the most out of your readings. The assignments this week, though, are the grading contract and syllabus agreement. I'm going to open this up. Again, I try to include the download or the website that you have to read if there's an assignment related to it on the assignment page. That way you don't have to go back and try to find it. So to sign and date the PDF, there are directions here from the Adobe Acrobat website. If you're having difficulty getting the website to carry out the signature function, you can just do the assignment. So you could just come in here, go to text entry, and just type your name if you wanted to do it that way. That's probably the easiest, but if you want to seem official and have an actual signed document, you can use the signing function within the PDF file. So yeah, if you want to do that and upload a file, go for it. Oops, sorry about that. Oh, what am I doing? Too many things at one time. Okay, so the next one here is getting to know each other. That is a discussion board assignment. You're not required to respond to peers, but you're more than welcome to respond and say hello, blah, 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 especially if you're from the same high school or something like that, or each other outside of our little sphere here. So things to include would be your name, your major, any hobbies or interests, things that bring you joy, anything else you want to share. If you're a CCP student, it's good to let your classmates know that you're a CCP student. You could include pet video or pet pictures if you want to, or you could even make it a video or an audio file as your introduction instead of typing it out. It's really up to you. So you can, to do that, you just hit reply and you start typing your stuff in here, but you can also include images, or you can insert image or media, right? Upload and record media. So hopefully that's pretty easy to do. We'll go back to the modules here and look at the next assignment. So the next assignment is the week 1 reading questions. I encourage you to do the best you can in answering these stories. And, just there's no right or wrong answer. The point is just to have you engage with and to think about the readings. So this is a low stakes assignment. Obviously, everything has 0 designated points, right? Because we're on this grading contract. So the more things to do, more things that you complete, and the more attempts you make at completing the work, the better it works out for you with that grading contract. So I have it broken down into several of the all of the different readings, a couple of questions for each. So for the Good Brahmin, what do you think the moral of the story is? Ask you some questions of why the old woman is happy but ignorant, blah, 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 right? Same with Nicomachean Ethics. What do you think Aristotle means by the word happiness? And then in relation to Will Storr's article, he discusses two types of happiness, eudaimonic and hedonic. What do those terms mean? And you can go back to the reading, you'll actually find those terms. If you want to look those terms up, you can. And then the Oxford Happiness Questionnaire. After you take the questionnaire, consider your reactions to the assessment on happiness. In your view, is it accurate? Are there any significant aspects of your happiness quotient not being tested by these questions? So is there something that makes you happy that they didn't ask about in that questionnaire? What are those things? So hopefully you have some fun with the Oxford Happiness Questionnaire. It's kind of an interesting exercise to do. So, you know, those reading questions, they're real low key. Just do the best that you can. Don't stress too much over them. I'm not looking for perfection, but for progress in this course. The very last thing, yes, another thing, is a journal entry. This is journal number 1, what happiness means to me. So the instructions here say write a short 1 to 2 page paper. So try to get a double spaced, properly formatted paper, roughly 250 to 350 words, where you kind of explain what happiness means to you. What are the things that make you happy? What do you think really is happiness, right? I want you to start thinking. You can think a little philosophically or psychologically or spiritually, whatever it is that you think happiness is, what it means to you, okay? And this is just kind of a way for me to gauge where you sit with your writing skills. So again, this is a real low key thing. It is a file upload. So again, the way you would do that is you click on this red button that says start assignment, and then you would locate the file on your computer. Remember, there is no option for that text entry. I really want to have a file uploaded, and then you look for your file on your computer, choose it, and then if you need to provide a comment, you have an opportunity to provide a comment here, and then submit assignment. So hopefully that's clear. If you have questions about how to actually submit any assignments, again, reach out to me. I will be happy to walk you through it. It's no big deal. I know a lot of you are probably new to this and it takes a little bit of learning, but it's pretty easy to learn. I think Canvas is pretty intuitive when it comes to that kind of thing. So that is the first week in a nutshell. Again, if I can locate the lecture, or if I have some time to speak a few thoughts about Aristotle and friends, maybe I will get that to you towards the end of the semester, towards the middle of the week, as I flesh out my in-person class a little bit more. Okay, so if you have any questions, you know how to get in touch with me. You can text me. Just let me know your name and which class you're in, or you can email me. And again, every time you reach out to me, you should let me know which class you're in, because I do have 3 classes this semester. 2 of them are online, so I'm not going to know everybody's name right off the bat. Okay, all right, take care. Have a great first week. I look forward to reading all of your submissions. Bye-bye.